Welcome to today's What Moved the Market show. I'm your host Prem. It's Friday, October 3rd, 2025, and here is everything you need to know as the markets close for today. Let's dive into our wrap, starting with the day's market performance. The Sensex finished the session up strong, climbing by 223 points to settle at 81,207. The Nifty 50 kept the momentum alive, ending higher by 57 points at 24,894. That marks the second straight winning session, as optimism around the Reserve Bank of India's upcoming policy decision and growing hopes of a United States Federal Reserve rate cut lifted investor spirits across the board. The weaker United States dollar also bolstered the mood. Market breadth was solid, with the broader indices following suit. The Nifty MidCap 100 jumped by 0.83%, and the SmallCap 100 advanced by 0.69%. Over to currency moves. As of the latest available data, the rupee closed nearly flat against the dollar, hovering just below 88.79, with intraday action relatively subdued after an early slide. Time to spotlight today's top movers and shakers. Bullish momentum was strongest in names like Tata Steel, which surged on robust global metal cues, and Power Grid riding on strong operational updates. Kotak Mahindra Bank continued to build gains following positive sectoral flows, while Axis Bank was lifted by speculation of potential index inclusion. On the flip side, Tech Mahindra weighed on the Nifty amid weak information technology sector sentiment. Maruti Suzuki and Bajaj Finserv both lost ground, the former due to muted volume growth signals, while Ultratech Cement slipped following a cautious outlook in its recent earnings commentary. Among mid-caps, Hero MotoCorp stole the show, rallying nearly 3% and inching towards a fresh 52-week high, boosted by festive demand expectations. Shifting gears to today's technical landscape, let's break down the crucial levels traders were eyeing. The Nifty 50 overcame tough resistance around 24,840 to 24,850 late in the day, closing clean above its key moving averages. That move established 24,740 as immediate support. Overhead, major resistance is now stacked near 24,920. A decisive break could set the stage for a march towards 25,100. For Bank Nifty, as of the latest available data, recent price action suggests consolidation above major supports. Exploring sector performance, Nifty Metal, public sector banks and consumer durables were clear leaders, each advancing over 1%. Strong global commodity prices and renewed retail buying shaped these moves. Realty and healthcare sectors slipped into the red, likely on profit-taking after recent outperformance and selective stock downgrades. In terms of regulatory, policy and macro updates, the buzz centered around the Reserve Bank of India's policy announcements of October 1, which kept the market energy positive. SEBI is reportedly considering tighter disclosure rules for billionaire family offices, heightening transparency in market dealings. There were no immediate changes in futures and options guidelines, but consultations on stricter norms continue to draw market attention, particularly from capital market-linked stocks. Swinging into commodities now, gold retained its shine as a preferred hedge, though experts believe it's not a jackpot trade at these levels. MCX gold ended above 1,16,650 per 10 grams, inching towards a near-term high in rupees. MCX silver meanwhile cooled off after recent gains to close below 1,44,720 per kilo. On the energy front, crude oil prices dipped slightly on global demand worries, lending support to oil-sensitive stocks. Base metals were mostly stable, reflecting the cautious optimism seen in equities. On the geopolitical front, no major global flashpoints disrupted sentiment today. Investors kept a close watch on movements in the Middle East and ongoing central bank rhetoric from Western economies. But for Indian equities, global cues were largely supportive, underpinning near-term risk appetite. Let's end with a look ahead. Technically, Nifty 50's close above resistance suggests that 24,740 is the zone to watch for downside protection, while a move over 24,950 could enable a fresh rally towards the psychological mark of 25,100 in the coming days. Bank Nifty continues to look resilient on dips, and with signs of bearish momentum waning, a cautiously positive bias remains warranted. Key catalysts to watch for next week: RBI policy details, any signals from the US Federal Reserve, and ongoing festival sales trends. Here's your actionable insight for the day. With metals and banks showing leadership and Nifty breaking out of a tight range, swing traders may look for opportunities in sector leaders while keeping a close stop below immediate support. Staying nimble as resistance levels approach is the key. That's all for today's wrap. Don't forget to send in your questions and tune in on Monday for another crisp update on everything that matters in the markets. Stay tuned for the weekend wrap and happy investing.